In today's economy, having only one income source is definitely going to keep you broke. We are living in the age of the gig economy where most people are not going to be able to get by on just one job. There are only so many management positions, high-level CEO positions that everyone can take on. And so this does not have to be the end to your pursuit of wealth or your ability to feel wealthy and to acquire a certain amount of money that is going to make you feel financially secure. And it also does not mean that you will have to burn yourself out in the process. So I'm going to explain why one income source is no longer enough and how you can stack multiple different income sources to create more wealth. Crazy thing is, most wealthy people already know this. So of course you can get wealthy off of one income, and so many people can be examples of this. But for the most part, a lot of us aren't gonna have one job for our whole entire lives. That traditional way of working up the corporate ladder just doesn't do it anymore for most people. There are a lot of changes that millennials and the younger generations go through when it comes to having a job. Sometimes we just grow tired of certain careers and we want to switch into different things. I feel like we're a lot more creative and innovative. Even with the digital age, we're seeing that there are different ways to earn money now, even just by being a YouTuber like myself, and creating digital content can also be an income stream. So I think we need to broaden our understanding of what wealth looks like and how to create wealth, and not just limiting it to going to school for a bunch of years to become a doctor and that's how you are wealthy. So just to preface, like I said, having one income isn't the end of the world. It isn't bad. If you only care to have one income and you love what you're doing and you say you're a teacher or a doctor and you have no care or inclination to make more money or do other things on the side, even just outside of money, even just for the sake of just pure pleasure and joy, that is okay. That is okay. You don't have to. But I'm speaking to the people who feel like whatever they're doing, it is not enough, and they want to get creative in finding other ways to increase their wealth and their income. One of the biggest reasons why I say you shouldn't have just one source of income is not because you don't enjoy your job and you want to have a backup plan or anything like that, or you're just curious and you're bored with whatever you're doing and you feel like you just need to try something else. The biggest reason why you want to have another source of income coming in is in case of job loss or financial insecurity, right? You can get sick, you won't be able to work for a couple months. How are you still going to bring money in? And so it's not even only just considering having additional income sources, but looking at passive income sources, which we'll talk about in a bit. You can get fired, you lose your job. And I think something that I've always done in my own life to set myself up for success is that I've always had 2 or 3 jobs. Now, I'm not saying this to overwhelm you, to make you feel like you need to participate in hustle and grind culture and burn yourself out. You can still have 2 to 3 different jobs without still working more than 40 hours a week, right? So it could be a combination. In my past, what it's looked like is working my regular 9-to-5 job, and then I would work maybe 1 or 2 shifts at a restaurant. That's totally up to me. It's very flexible. I could choose whether I wanted to work at the restaurant that week or not, or just slightly change my availabilities, as well as a lot of the work that I was doing in the past was from home. So it did give me the flexibility to sort of pace my work throughout the day in a way where I wouldn't burn myself out, right? So there are so many different ways to do this type of income stacking by having multiple different jobs. According to the US Bureau of Labor, the average American changes 12 jobs in their lifetime, right? That is a lot of jobs. And so job loss is a reality for many, right? You may need to change jobs not at your own doing and own will. It could be because the economy is really shitty. And what happens if the economy is really shitty, you lose your job and it's harder to get another job, right? We're seeing that right now where jobs are becoming so competitive and it is so hard for people to get a job. So you cannot just rely on one source of income. You need to have a secondary income source where you can always fall back on, right? Personally, right now, I run my business, but I have like 1 or 2 other ways to make income. I have my coaching, which is primarily my main way of how I want to create income. And then my backup plan is, I wouldn't even say it's a backup plan, but my secondary income source is freelance marketing. So I help other people within the industry with the back end of their business. So if my coaching is slowing down, I can still pick up clients, one-off clients, within the marketing side and still ensure that I'm able to sustain my livelihood. Third option is I can work at a restaurant, right? I've been a server for the past couple years on and off. And anytime I feel like there's a slowdown in my business or I'm shifting jobs and I'm not quite sure like what next job I want to take on, I pick up a job as a server, right? Especially as a server because I can make tips. So I'm not making just minimum wage and I can also have that additional bonus income to put towards other things, right? So there's so many different ways that you can get creative in trying to increase your income and building on wealth. We also have to factor in inflation. Over the span of time, there will be an increase in the price of goods and services. So your dollar is worth less each day. What you can buy with $1,000 today, you will not be able to buy with $1,000 5, 10, 20, 30 years down the road. So we always have to be on the quest for being creative around how we build wealth and how we create income. And I think the best way to have a safety net over time is to not bank on just having one income source. Great example of this is during COVID 2021, the inflation rate in the US was 7%. Now, usually on average, it's like between 2 to 3%. 7%. Sometimes you don't see the immediate aftermath of the inflation rate. It takes some time. It takes a year, 2 years for you to see the ripple effect. And that is why now we're in a space today where things are so high, groceries, rent, everything has just been inflated to such a crazy amount. And the issue is that our income does not inflate at the same rate, right? Our income usually stays the same, or it does increase, but not at the rate of inflation. So your dollar does not stretch as far as it once used to. And then the third point I want to make is that most wealthy people, I think I touched on this a little bit already at the beginning of the video, but most wealthy people have multiple income streams. And to bring in some numbers and some statistics to show you that I'm not just talking out of thin air, and this is based on real science and data. A study by the IRS found that 65% of wealthy individuals, which are millionaires, have at least 3 different income streams. Now, they probably didn't start with 3 income streams in the very beginning. They probably had 1 income stream that they mastered, made a lot of money, and then using that money to funnel into different businesses, passive income streams. Maybe they purchased a bunch of properties and started making rental income. So over time, even if you do have 1 income source right now, like I said, it's not the end of the world. But I think as you start to build wealth and your income begins to increase, finding creative ways to build upon that and start to diversify your income sources. Here are some practical steps now on how to actually diversify and increase your income streams. So of course, like I said, you can just take on multiple jobs, but that will probably lead you to burning out. I definitely don't want you working 60, 80-hour weeks. That's not feasible and it's not sustainable in the long run. If you have 1 income source to start, I would say before even thinking of taking on another job, it could be to simply find ways to get a promotion, ask for a raise. That's something that a lot of women specifically don't do as much as men and really advocate for themselves and their financial mobility. So definitely try to ask for a raise or promotion, or performing well, making sure that you actually are performing well so that your company will want to give you the promotion, and also working on some soft and hard skills. This could be through taking courses and things like that to just increase your knowledge and capabilities within that specific workforce or industry that you are in. And another option could be to just find a higher paying job, right? So a lot of people are in jobs currently right now as they are looking for a better job, right? And what other better way to like continuously, like I said, like work on your financial mobility. If you have been in a certain industry or workforce for a certain amount of time, definitely, you know, eventually working your way up that ladder and finding management positions, and which are obviously going to pay you a bit more if you want to go that route. But being mindful that as you go that route, the responsibilities might increase, the hours you might have to work may increase, a lot of overtime, etc., depending on the industry that you're in. So just be mindful that as the title increases, you want to be mindful that the burnout levels also aren't increasing at the same time too, because wealth isn't just looking at the numbers, we're also looking at our well-being as well too. So if you are sacrificing your mental and emotional health just to make 6 figures, I really don't think it's worth it in the end. And I think another way to sort of start small with what you already have is creating additional income through something that you're already gifted at and skilled at outside of your #1 income source. So, you know, if you're someone that loves drawing, you can get into maybe graphic design, freelance marketing. There are a lot of companies that are looking to hire people one-off or for like a certain time frame, or maybe just hourly, to work on some aspect of their business. I know for myself, I've hired virtual assistants. Right now I have a video editor to help me edit these videos. So if you enjoy doing some of these things in your own spare time, why not monetize it, right? For a little bit of extra money on the side. And the great thing about that is that you get to price it and sell your services at what you think it's worth. So for me, a lot of my freelance marketing services, I charge $40 an hour, which is much easier for me to be in control of that than having to ask for a raise or promotion with someone at work, right? So there's obviously pros and cons. It might be a little bit more work to find my own clients, but when I do find my own clients, I am pricing it at what I think my services are worth. And this is like 2 to 4 times what the minimum wage would be for some people in certain countries or cities. And I feel really good about that and having control around that. And then we can also think about investing. So this is another wealth strategy. This is actually the last step in my blueprint for building wealth, which is investing, right? So having your money work for you. So even from these jobs that you get, making sure to put money back towards your future self, putting $100 into an investment portfolio and having money start to also work for you. That is now me segueing into passive income. I actually think this is a video that would be very helpful to watch in addition to this video, and it is a video that I created that almost got 1,000 views on how to make money without working. And if you want to check that out, it should pop up right here. Definitely go check that out after watching this video, or you can watch it now, come back to this video, whatever you want to do. I really just highly suggest that you watch that video, because who wouldn't want to learn how to make money without having to work as much, right? That is the ultimate goal, to buy back our time. So definitely check that one out, right? So investments can be a form of passive income. A great example of a passive income through an investment is real estate, right? So a lot of people will buy homes and rent them out. A lot of the owners of these condos aren't actually living in the units, right? They are renting it out. I am actually a tenant of one of those people that own this unit that I'm in and renting it out to me. I am helping to pay her mortgage, right? I don't know if it's all of her mortgage, but at least some of it, right? So these are ways that you can also passively earn an income and offset some of your other expenses. Then we also have the idea of digital products that are really good for creating passive income, right? So you don't have to be a full-time coach like myself and create courses for a living, but even if it's just something that you're very passionate about, maybe it is makeup and applying makeup a certain way, you can create a course online around how to create a bomb makeup look for date night, right? And get into the different tools and the techniques that you can do to enhance your beauty, and people will buy it, right? Photographers create courses on how to take better pictures. Like, it is crazy the types of courses that I see out there that people are creating, right? A lot of people think you have to create a course on how to run a business or how to make a lot of money, you know? I'm in that field, but there are so many people that are creating courses on like the things that I probably wouldn't even think of, right? Like how to come up with a cosplay costume. Every Halloween, I still have my pumpkin from Halloween here. It's the rolling eye emoji, by the way, if you can't tell, because most people can't tell. But every year, for the past 5 years, I've been wanting to play Sailor Moon, and a major part of it is that I just don't get the items to me on time, or I just don't order it at all, and it's like October 31st, and I forgot to order my items for the costume. But it would be really cool to like take a quick course. Could be like a $50 course. It doesn't have to be very expensive. It could be a very cheap course on how to cosplay, how to come up with the items for the costume that you want to create. You know, $50 seems like a very small amount, but if you can get 1,000 people to opt into the course, even 100 people to opt into the course, that's $500, $5,000 right there, right? On a course that probably can take you less than a day to create. So I think just getting creative as to like, what am I already good at and what can I monetize based on some of the gifts and the skills that I have that a lot of people in this world like want to learn how to be better at, right? Who want to acquire these skills and have the knowledge as to how to apply these skills into their everyday lives. It's going to be really, really important. I think it's a great place to start. And you don't have to feel like you're robbing people and creating these very expensive courses. It can be very cheap and effective, and you can sell them online, whether it's through your own social media platforms, whether it's a site that markets the courses for you. There are platforms that do that. There are so many ways to easily get started, especially if you already don't have a platform for yourself and any kind of like fan base or audience. I actually have a course myself called The Wealth Well, and it is a combination of helping and empowering women to better understand their money so that they can build wealth. And so I cover 3 main pillars. One of them is wealth wellness. So we talk a lot about mindset and goal setting and manifestation and all these energetic principles and how to really call in money. Because if you don't believe that you can be wealthy, then it's probably gonna be hard to actually get there, right? If you don't believe that it's even a viable pathway or option for you. So all of my courses, all of my programs always start off with mindset work. And then my second pillar, we would move into wealth strategies. So now we're getting into the financial literacy piece of building wealth. So like, what does it look like to actually save and pay off debt and build up your credit score? A lot of these things that we don't learn in school, right? These essentials, the foundation to having a healthy relationship with your money is now going to be taught in this framework that's found within the course. And then the last step is wealth creation. So this is actually exactly what this video is, right? We're going to cover topics as to like how to increase your net worth, build more wealth, create, you know, different forms and avenues of income creatively, whether it's through a 9-to-5, whether it's through entrepreneurship or a combination of the two, and also get clear on like what your purpose is, right? Because I don't want you just creating anything willy-nilly just for money. Like I want you to really enjoy the process of what you are creating. So we dive deeper into career alignment, life's purpose, what your gifts, your strengths are, your ikigai, you know, like what lights you up, what are you passionate about? And then using that then to now create an income source for you. So that's exciting, and that's part of my Wealth Well course. So if you want to learn more about it, definitely check out the details in the description below, and it will be a link to the sales page for that. So you dive deeper into some of these different lessons and the pillars that I have within this course. So, and if you think that it's fitting and this is something that you've been looking for, well now, happy that you'll come across me and that you will go and take a look and see if it will be helpful and something that you want to enroll in. And if you're watching this also now, I will have a 5 days of deals running towards the end of November for Black Friday. So I will have like 5 new brand offerings, or they're offerings that already exist, but I am tweaking them. So they're going to look slightly different, and they are going to be packed with a lot more one-on-one with me, coaching and community sort of work. So that's exciting. So definitely you can go check that out, enroll in it now, or you can also sort of wait for the end of November for some of those Black Friday deals to drop and to also enroll into it as well. Whatever time you decide to enroll, you will be opted into an updated version of the Wealth Well when the end of November hits. So between now to the end of November, you are officially going to be part of the upgraded version of that course. And then one of the next points would be long-term planning. The key to financial freedom isn't just about earning money now, right? We got to think about what we're doing now in order to have more money waiting for us down the road. Always need to be looking for opportunities, right? Sometimes it might not be the most appealing opportunity in the beginning, but it's a stepping stone, right? Some of the jobs that I've had in my life, it wasn't because I was completely passionate and in love with it, but I saw the bigger picture. I saw that in me doing this today, it will get me to the business that I want to start 6 months from now. And so sometimes you have to make those initial sacrifices. Sometimes it's just a matter of like, I just need to eat, I need to put food on the table, and this is what I have to do. Ultimately, we want to be having multiple and diverse income sources that we're really proud of, that don't take much effort from us, and that align with our values at the end of the day. And that's ideally what we want to work towards. So everything that I do, I try to make sure that it is in alignment and that I'm not doing a disservice to myself or to other people, or, you know, getting into things just because it's fast and quick money. Like, I still have that integrity as to, okay, I do want to build wealth, but how can I build wealth in a very intentional and sustainable way? Definitely something that you still want to be mindful of as we're working towards building wealth. Sometimes it takes time to add on and stack on these different income streams. It's not an overnight thing. So really be patient with yourself during this process. It's going to look different for everyone. It's going to look, you know, for some people, it's more attractive and easier to start building passive income through buying a home. But for you, if it's a larger barrier to entry, it might make more sense for you to start with just investing in the stock market. It might make more sense for you to just create a digital product, right? Like, we don't have to like go from 0 to 100 real quick. We can slowly take our time and build these different avenues of income with wherever we're at. Right? Start with wherever you're at. Don't make it overwhelming, because if it's overwhelming, you're just not gonna start at all. And you're just gonna go back to square one and just be stuck with this one income source. So definitely give yourself grace. Like I said, I really don't want this to be a video where you feel this pressure now to like go get a second or third job and burn yourself out working 60, 80 hours a week. Like, that is not the point of it. Like, we still want to be mindful that we're not just chasing wealth just for the sake of it. It has to be very intentional. And with wealth building, it takes time. People don't like the fact that things take time and it's a slow progress. It's a slow burn. And trust me, even if you make money really fast right away, that can be overwhelming in itself. And if you are not ready to hold that money and to make smart decisions with it, it doesn't matter how much money comes into your hands, you can blow it all, right? And you'll never get the opportunity again. So you really want to make sure that you are in the right mindset and mind frame to attract that money and to make smart decisions with it when it does come. If you found this video helpful, definitely don't forget to like and subscribe. And I have many other videos similar to this one. You can check out my playlist of wealth strategy videos or wealth wellness videos or wealth creation videos. Definitely, if you enjoyed this video, I would check out some of my other wealth creation videos. I have videos on how I've earned 10K months in my business, how I found careers that were in alignment to me and were fulfilling. So if you are in any stage of that journey of really wanting to bridge income and wealth creation with career alignment, definitely check out that playlist. And yeah, just to remember that having one income source isn't the end of the world, but I think it would be better to have diversified and multiple income streams as backups, just in case you're in times of trouble, you lose your job, you're facing any kind of financial insecurity. You don't have all your eggs in one basket, and you can lean on other financial resources to pull you through, or to just bring in more money than you otherwise would be able to make with just one income source. The wealthiest millionaires out there have 3 income sources or more. So definitely keep that in mind. It doesn't mean that you have to start off with 3 income sources right away or 3 different strategies towards making all that income at once. Start with one, master one, work on the next as you go, and continue to diversify your income strategy and get creative in finding passive income strategies so that you're not burning yourself out, that you're continuously trying to figure out creative ways to buy back your time as you build out multiple businesses or multiple avenues of income. So hope it was helpful, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.